Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be checking out a Man-Thing mini boss solo on special connoisseur, clapback, cornered, and crouching stun and whatever else the nodes there are. It's quite crazy, and obviously this Man-Thing is absolutely stacked. Just look at that health pool. So here you can see all the nodes. Flux dispersal is another one. So the plan is to use the thing, and we are also packing obviously full Fantastic Four team synergy with She-Hulk. And the plan here is actually relatively tricky because we're going to be relying on power sting damage with the thing to deal damage basically. And I know that he gets quite a bit of healing when he's below 50%. But when you have all Fantastic Four members on your team, your level 1 also has access to heal block. So hopefully we can kind of like time it all well and do just a fine job there. This isn't going to be a quick fight by any means. This is from the stream where I'm attempting to do all 6.4 itemless. And this is basically the finish of one of the trickier nodes and trickier lanes in 642, which is the Special Concierge lane. For those of you who do not know, Special Concierge basically says that you deal 10% of your actual damage output unless you are using a special attack whilst you have a prowess buff active. So it's a very specific node, but there have been like multitude of ways how to play around that node with Quake, with Void, with other passive damage options, or just use mutant champions with prowess buffs and possibly a mutant power boost to make it quicker, because even if you are using a suitable counter, this node is still extremely annoying because your regular attacks will still only deal 10% damage, therefore every fight is like quite a bit longer. And this Man-Thing is absolutely jacked here. Additionally, there's encroaching stance, so I always have to be careful when I am dropping my special attacks. Now my special attacks can be unblockable. That can be extremely helpful for me as well. I will make a whole bunch of mistakes, maybe not a whole bunch, but I'll certainly make some mistakes during this fight. But as we can see here, slowly but surely we are making progress. And now that we have the 60 small passive furies active, our power stings are also dealing a bit more damage. So the whole thing is, yes, to try and rely on that power sting damage to deliver like a bulk there. And other than that, Man-Thing cannot poison or armor break the thing, because well, first and foremost, he's immune to armor break. But even though he is not immune to poison, Thing cannot get his buffs nullified. So that is obviously quite helpful. And that is kind of like making sure that the thing can hang with Man-Thing for extended periods of time without absolutely being destroyed by poison buffs. So here we can see that each special attack that Man-Thing throws does deliver a whole chunk of damage. Obviously my regular hits are hardly doing anything. Additionally, there is a clapback node, so whenever I inflict Incinerate on Man-Thing, and due to Fantastic Four synergy and synergy with Human Torch, I can get slight amount of willpower heal, because that Incinerate doesn't deal quite enough damage as the willpower is capable of healing, even though it's not as potent of a heal as if it would be if I used Mr. Fantastic. It's still letting me preserve my health points here and there. Obviously at this point I have kind of forgotten about Flux Dispersal node, because I'm not really dropping my heavy attacks. I did genuinely kind of like forgot it in the moment of fighting, but it hardly makes a difference because I'm dealing my damage via power stings anyways. And yeah, I'm not losing on all that much damage overall. But I genuinely completely forgot about that Flux Dispersal node, that I do need to drop a lot of heavy attacks or I suffer yet another significant damage decrease due to these nodes. So here the Man-Thing is below 50%. We can see that the level 1s come with the Incinerate and Heal Block, so that Heal Block lets me mitigate at least some of the amount of healing a Man-Thing would normally get. And with that we are kind of managing to outpace the regen with our power sting damage. Now it is worth mentioning that my thing is 6-star rank 2, no suicide mastery is active, no boosts active either, so that is kind of like the base rank 2 6-star. Unfortunately unduped, hopefully that will change one day, but here we can see that slowly but surely we have certainly made quite a good amount of progress. We have made some mistakes, some problems with encroaching stun. Here I got stunned as well, but luckily I had maxed out limber and the man thing was stunned at the same time. I think I'm gonna make a similar mistake once again, but I will be saved by my stun from level 2 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was definitely a bit of a sketchy fight, but getting in a solo against this stacked mini boss on this combination of nodes still got me quite a bit pumped, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised with how well I did in this fight. I didn't think it's gonna go as well as it did, so I still am relatively healthy. The man thing over there is not so much anymore. I do want to make sure that I parry consistently, that I debuff man thing consistently, so I get like maximum amount of damage of this power sting synergy that Mr. Fantastic has for all of the science champions. And we're putting in some work. We're definitely putting in some work, slowly but surely, chipping down that guy. Again, my regular hits hardly matter in this fight. Here I believe this is a mistake where I dropped my level 2 slightly too early, but thanks to Limber Mastery, my stun actually expired before the man thing stun expired from my level 2, so I got away from this mistake basically, luckily, without dying. But yeah, sometimes the things just kind of like work out. So at this point here we can see that the fight has lasted for quite a while already. We are about to be finishing it off. We just need to basically get another trigger on my power stings. So Thing definitely put in some very serious work. Obviously it was the perfect fight, but I think for such an annoying opponent, I think I did quite well overall, I would say. I was definitely happy with the performance. So here, down goes the man thing. It was 200 and Jesus amount of hits. But yeah, that will do for today's video. And the next videos that I'm going to be uploading is going to be Mr. Fantastic against Thor Ragnarok. And that was extremely fun fight. So definitely stay tuned, stay notified for that fight. And if you liked today's video, then hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all of the buttons, that notification bell, and all that other good stuff. And I will catch you guys soon. See ya.